Hi, this is Doug from Dynamic Computing, and welcome to episode 43 of 10-Minute Amiga Retrocast. This week, I wanted to condense down the stream that Pixel Vixen and I did 2 weeks ago about the winners of the fantastic Amiga Art Contest. The live stream was almost an hour and 50 minutes long. I've reduced it down to about 20 minutes, just talking a little bit about the people who presented the artwork and the awards and such. So I hope you enjoy.
Let's start out with a hand-drawn category, since that was by far the most popular category. The first image was done by Robin Evans on an Amiga 1200 using Personal Paint 7.1, a 16-color palette at 320 by 256 resolution. Now I really like the neon look of this one, and the pinpoints of light on it are really quite convincing. Now, sticking with the Amiga theme for a few minutes, David Wright created an office in the theme of an Amiga workbench. He put in the clock, the notepad, the drawers, and everything. It's really, really clever. If you look closely, you can see a bunch of other Amiga-related bonuses in there. They were originally low-res images created in Perfect Paint and TV Paint. Now, David Wright's next image is a nice lake image with Bullwinkle, the moose, and a lighthouse in the background. He did a great job on the gradations, and the reflections in the water are really, really cool. The next artist is quite well known in the Amiga community. That's Intricate, or Eric Hill from Amiga Love. And I hope I did Amiga Bill justice with that. Now, Eric hits that 80s vibe right on the head here with a nice rendition of Back to the Future with an Amiga twist, which is really, really cool. The color choice is perfect, and the low-res 32 color palette he chose really gets the pixel art feel across. This is a fantastic piece of artwork done in the true spirit of this competition. Nice job, Eric. Now, the next picture is from Domesdagpoeton from Sweden. You know him from his great C64 channel on Twitch, where he does a lot of videos on Twitch and a lot of streaming, and a great YouTube channel. I'll put the link in the description. This one was done in D-Paint 4 on an Amiga 1200, and it's got a really nice Illuminati vibe going on here. Now these are absolute classics. This person is so talented. This is Jose, or Jojo073 as he's known online. It's a fantastic series of pictures that he's created on his Amigas. This first one is a very nice 320 by 256 image in 32 colors, and you can never complain about a sexy witch. Now this second picture has a nice underwater theme, or nice underwater vibe going to it. 32 color palette here, nice gradations, and great mermaid too. Now I think we all know who this is. This is the Borg Queen from Doctor Who. So seriously though, it really captures Vader's sharp images and angles quite well, and kind of gives you the appearance that it's an actual reflective chrome surface. Now, this is one of my all-time favorite images here. It's a 16-color cat image, but the eyes of this are so expressive. He does such a good job of capturing things like in the moon. You can see actual craters and surfaces on the moon image. All of it done in 16 colors. This is by far one of my favorite hand-painted images. Now this one is another 16-color image. It's either Harry Potter's owl, or it is the owl from Labyrinth, or it is the Psygnosis owl. We've had people express their opinion that it's any one of those three. But they're absolutely gorgeous, and the fact that this is in 16 colors with all that detail just is mind-blowing. Now this next submission is quite unique. Tim Trepanier set these in, and they're actually images created for a professional brochure and websites back in the day. They were created on an Amiga 1200, and they were originally 320 by 256 images. But they were similar enough, I put them together in one high-resolution image, and I hope he doesn't mind. I find it impressive that these 2 and 4 color images were actually used in professional presentations and brochures. Great job. Now, Simone Bernaccia brings us our next set of pictures. These are from an unreleased JRPG game called Holy Warrior from 2017. I think they should finish this game up. They were done with deluxe paint on WinUAE in 32 colors. And you see the different images here, nice perspectives, nice color choices, cool ominous sky, cool forest scene. I think you'll agree that these would make for really great backgrounds on a game. And they remind me of some early text adventures where you'd have some static pictures in the background. Next up, we've got Bruce Johnson. He provided these next two pictures. Now, he took photographs of them on his CRT monitor with his phone, so you see a bit of the moire effect in there. But they're very colorful, and really, who doesn't want a goblin with an expressive face? Here's another great picture from an as-yet unmade game. Joshua Dolan sent this one in. Now, originally, it was supposed to be a demo that has a cool copper sky effect, but I couldn't play it back because it needed some Amos libraries to run. So we just have a static image here. These were done in 64 color extra half bright mode, which is an underutilized mode and I think really looks good. And we all need to tell Joshua to finish his Witch Switch games that these stills are from. I think they look gorgeous. Now, this next one, this is Puni from Amiga demo group Void. He sent this one in, and it's done on an Amiga 1200 in low-res 32 colors. I really like it for its simplicity. Next one is one of my favorites. This is Mike Mijatov, also known as Level Lord. You've probably seen him on the Amigos forums. This is unique because it's the only one created on an Amiga OS 4.1 machine, one of the Amiga 1 machines. It was hand-drawn with a graphics tablet, and it really stands out to me, and it really stood out to Vicky for its beauty and its crispness. It gives a feeling of being in the cold. It gives you the feeling where you can almost hear your footsteps crunching in the snow. This is from Siberia. This is an image from Siberia, where he's originally from. I really like this image. This is one of my favorites. Now, here are two old ones from our friend Phil Heron, which many of you know as FS Phil. They were both done in 1995. The first is Don't Fear the Repper, which he misspelled, R-E-P-P-E-R, accidentally. And he created this in DPaint 3. And this is just a happy picture. I mean, just the smile on the tombstone just does something to me and makes me just giggle just a little bit inside. Now, this next one is a 3D render, but he touched it up in deluxe paint. It's a little bit dark, so you may need to turn your brightness up, but it's a cool picture of a planet. Nice job. Now, this one is amazing. It's a name that I think everybody in the community knows. This is the one and only Eric Schwartz, who created Amy the Squirrel from back in the day, did tons of animation in games like Super Frog. He did all the animations in there. Now, this is done in his classic and recognizable style of an Amiga apparently rising again. I can't tell you what an honor it was to get a submission from a legend like Eric. He did this on an Amiga 4000T 060 with image effects, art department professional, and personal paint 7.3. I don't know, to me it's like Pablo Picasso submitting one of his paintings. It's absolutely incredible. And I'm hoping to line up an interview with Eric Schwartz in the next couple of months. Now, this next one, you're going to recognize this name. This is our very own Amiga Bill who did these. I think everybody knows him. Now, he swears he had zero help from anybody in this submission, 100% done on his own. Okay, true disclosure here, Vicky helped him out with this one in a live stream. So, he was able to achieve this awesome reflection in the water of a bowling ball rising as the dawn sun. And he did this great reflection in the water using image effects. Started out as a 64 color extra half bright image he was working on, but he ended up submitting it as a 16 color image. Really, absolutely gorgeous picture. Now, it is a combination of a photograph, which is the lake and the sunset, but I decided to put it into the category of hand-drawn images in this case. Next up, we have our very own Pixel Vixen, who submitted a few for the competition. Now, I'm not sure if she's going to be qualified to win any of the prizes here, considering she's a judge. This first one is absolutely gorgeous. This is the high-res image that she did, all hand-drawn, done in her manga slash anime type style that she loves so much. This next one here, look at the reflections in the building she drew in and the expression on the girl's face. Just absolutely fantastic. But if you watch her streams, you know the kind of talent she's able to come up with here. This one we were able to watch her start from the first pixel and continue drawing it on a live stream. Just the detail is fantastic. The stars in the sky just really jump out at you. Now, this one, she said she did in like 30 minutes before we started live streaming 2 weeks ago. Unbelievable. It would take me a month to even get close to that. One of my favorites, to me, it looks like the girl is peeking out through pink clouds, but I know they're flowers. But just this image just makes me smile. Just really great job, Vicky, as always. Now, on to the photo category. Now, what we wanted in this category was for people to take an image that they photographed, bring it into the Amiga however they wanted to, DigiView, DCTV, open it up as a JPEG image, and then do something to it creatively on the Amiga to give it some Amiga personality. Let's keep the Amiga Bill momentum going here by taking a peek at some of his photo submissions. Now, this first one is a 16-color photo that I just find amazing. It's really only in the background that you can even see that this is possibly 16 colors, where you can see a little bit of in the gradations, you can see some of the dithering. But the man's face, this was taken in Morocco, just phenomenal, phenomenal. And he put the entire palette down at the bottom there as an example of the number of colors that he used. Just incredible. Next, we have Mike Tyson, Iron Mike, in 16 shades of gray. That's it, just 16 shades. This one floors me, no pun intended. The amount of detail and the contrast is amazing. I really like this photo, and it's one of my favorite of all the ones that were submitted. Just one of my absolute favorites. Lastly, we have a 4096 color ham image, but in high res mode. It's only viewable on an AGA machine. We also get a nice plug for Dan, Ravi, and Joe from the Retro Hour in this one. Fantastic job, Bill, and I'm so glad you had no help with any of your pictures. Wink, wink. Now, next up, we have another celebrity. This one is Dan from Lemon Amiga. Old school himself did this one. Feels like I'm back in history class. The bust is a scanned image, and then he took the background out, put the text in. Really nice job. Oh, now here's a great one. This is an admission from Kevin Saunders, who many of us know as Invent71. He's done some cool things, like working on the Iridium game that's coming out soonish. He's also done things like the tile work for the incredibly awesome Rygar game that just came out from Graham Cowie. So he has been in this industry and doing things with his Amiga for years. Now, this one is a 24-bit image he imported, modified it in Brilliance, and ended up with a 64-color extra half bright image. Really gorgeous, just pops and just gives you the effect like, you know, you're on LSD or something like that. Very, very nice picture indeed. Lastly, in the photo submissions, we have some guy named Doug from 27-Minute Amiga Retrocast who submitted some images. I suspect he's not eligible to win anything. Now, the first one is a picture of a really nice bush with the Grand Canyon as a background. The original is really sharp and focused. I wanted to get the tree in beautiful focus, and the background kind of faded out. But I thought it'd be neat to add some painting effects to it. So I used Art Department Pro and Personal Paint on this, and gave it that painterly feel, like Bob Ross just drew a nice happy little tree. This next one is a really neat hotel in Las Vegas and it's really what it looks like at night, this neon effect. It was just surreal to look at. So what I did is I took out the sky and I added this trippy gradient to make it look even trippier and more neon. I thought it turned out pretty well. Now next, the Eiffel Tower in Las Vegas has become a rampaging alien robot with a laser on his head. Who knew? Personally, if this one doesn't win the contest for photo editing. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with these judges. This is absolute perfection. The 3D category was actually quite lonely. I really expected, with all of the options available with Lightwave 3D and Imagine and Turbo Silver, that we would have had quite a few more entries. But next time I'll maybe push that a little bit harder. But the people who did submit did some great stuff. This first one was from Bruce Johnson. He's actually got two of them here. They're playing back on my PC as they're taken with a cell phone camera of his screen. I wish he could have sent me the originals, but oh well. Now this one is one representing Steve Clifford's business, Amiga Passion. Absolutely beautiful, and Steve Clifford's definitely deserves a nice 3D logo. This next one is a cool image. I don't even know what the image is, but it's got some great reflections on it. You can see kind of the checkered Boing ball background bouncing around on it. Really nice. Now lastly, we have another submission from Invent71, which is a totally mesmerizing spinning 3D cube with color cycling. This is just incredible. I could just stare at this one for hours. Absolutely love it. Now is the time that we go on to our winners category. And of course, the winners are all going to receive their very own copy of the brand new Personal Paint 7.3 from A-Eon, which was graciously donated by our friends at Amiga on the Lake. Thanks a lot, guys. We really appreciate that. Now, of course, the obvious winner in the photo category is Las Vegas Robot. Okay, not really. During the live stream, I told Vicky that I thought my photo deserved to go up in the Louvre, the famous museum in France, and then she told me that I added a few extra letters to that, and it actually belonged in the Lou. So thank you, Vicky, so much. I appreciate that. I'll remember that next year when we have another photo competition. Let's start out in the hand-drawn image category. Now, this image, 800 by 600, done on an Amiga 1 from Mike Mijatov or Levelord, just really impacted Vicky and I. We both looked at this picture, and the emotions and the details that come out in this are just absolutely fantastic. It brings me to the scene. It makes me feel cold. It makes me feel like I'm there experiencing this and wanting to kind of explore the landscape around it. So I would say thumbs up. By far, this is our winner. Everybody did a fantastic job. There's not a single submission that I didn't like. Absolutely gorgeous, and it was a difficult choice, but we went with this one. Now, next up, let's take a look at our winner in the photo competition. This one is going to be from Invent71. The feelings that you get when you look at this picture are just, it just jumps out at you. The color scheme that he chose, the impact that it has, and the fact that it's just a wacky picture really did it for me. And this one won in the photo category. Now, I'll be honest, Bill's Mike Tyson was an incredibly close second, and Vicky and I actually arm wrestled from 10,000 miles away over Skype to determine the winner on this one. And well, she's got some really strong arms, so this is our winner. Now, next up in the 3D category, even though we didn't have a lot of submissions, the submissions we got were fantastic. We chose Bruce Johnson's Amiga Passion logo that he created as the winner because, now, number one, it's beautiful, and number two, he's representing a current Amiga vendor, Steve Clifford's Amiga Passion, and we thought that combination just really was clever. Congratulations to all of our winners. I've already been in contact with all of them, got their addresses, and in the next couple weeks we'll have their software shipped out to them. And coincidentally, 2 out of 3 of our winners are in Australia. Both Invent71 and Bruce Johnson are from Australia. It's rather funny.
That was really fun. Thank you, everybody who submitted your artwork to the first annual Amiga Artwork Contest. Vicky and I will be doing another one next year. I've actually already have some people who have submitted some artwork for next year's contest, and many more who say, yep, I'm on board, Doug, let's do this. So I'm very excited. I want to make it larger. I also am creating a new website, amigaartwork.com. Now there's nothing there yet because I'm working on it, but it's going to be a place not only where we show things from the Amiga Art Contest, but where people are able to put their own Amiga artwork up, show it off, share it to the world, a place to kind of bring people together as it relates to artwork on the Amiga. So I'm welcome. I'm open to ideas. If anyone wants to give me ideas on how they'd like it laid out, let me know. I'd love it. I would also like to say a fond farewell to a good friend, Keith. You know him as Lorfarius from Amigarama, announced a week or two ago that he is no longer going to be doing the Amigarama podcast. He is one of the first reasons that I got into doing what I'm doing, because I started binge listening to his podcast last year, probably June or July. I started binge listening to him a year ago, and it got my wheels turning, thinking, well, maybe I could do something too. I'm going to miss Lorfarius. He's a great guy. He's still in the community. He's still talking every day to us, but I'm going to miss his weekly podcast. So my hat off to you, Keith. Good luck in your future endeavors, and I hope you bring Amigarama back. But until next week, please like and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter at 10mark1.com. Follow Vicky at LaPixelVixen. I said at 10mark1.com, didn't I? No, it's just at 10mark1. But until next week, this is Doug from 10 Minute Amiga Retrocast, signing out.